what's up, guys? We're back again with MOVIEGASM.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Long time since Star Wars.
Yeah, okay, so this is MOVIEGASM with movie reviews JCH and Movies Maniac on Instagram.
Yeah, you can follow us for movie reviews, updates, and everything that got to do about movies. We're gonna put it up there for you guys. And yeah, we have the opening soundtrack from the Hateful Eight, the new movies from Quentin Tarantino.
Which, I mean, since we're on that topic, I guess we can start off talking about that.
Yeah. So,
which was a pretty solid film. What's your opinion on that?
For my opinion, I think it's really disappointing since I have seen Django Unchained, which was really good. Like that movie was 3 hours as well, and the Hateful Eight is also like 3 hours. I think it's about the same running time. But Django Unchained, I don't feel that it drags or it has any slow part. It's just really thrilling, and like 3 hours just flew by. But for the Hateful Eight, instead, I just feel like there's many scenes that feels like really slow, and I just wanna fall asleep. And I mean, the story of the Hateful Eight is like really simple, but it just stretched like so long. It's like really unnecessarily long. It could be like much like shorter, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that, but I still think it was perfectly executed. Like the build up to the ending was really good, and like it had a satisfying ending. And
yeah, so yeah, you haven't seen Django Unchained, right?
No, I have not.
Yeah, the ending is crazy. Like it's kind of like all Quentin Tarantino movies. Like the endings will get like really crazy.
Yeah.
So Django Unchained endings would actually like just as crazy as the Hateful Eight as well.
Yeah, see, I've never seen
really
like a
bloody.
Tarantino film.
Yeah.
But after seeing this one, I'm definitely going to check the rest of them out because I really did like this film. I mean, I agree that it was extremely slow and unnecessarily long.
I like it too. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really mind it because it was still extremely entertaining, especially with the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, that was me. But okay, continue.
And I definitely think the acting was like amazing, especially Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Oh yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was a great film, but I did think there were aspects of it that were definitely very unnecessary.
I mean, I just think that it's just way too long for a really simple story. Like, I don't know, it could have been shorter, but I still like it's funny, it's entertaining, it's bloody as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you love Tarantino films, I'd definitely check it out. Even if you don't love Tarantino films, I'd still check it out because it's definitely very enjoyable. And it's worth a long period of time for the soundtrack and the acting and the scenery.
Oh yeah, the scenery is great.
Yeah, the production design, you could really tell they did a lot of work on that, but it was really good.
So what would you give the Hateful Eight?
I would give it a B+.
Oh, B+. You you remember what I give the Hateful Eight?
No, I do not.
I think I give a B, right?
I thought you gave it a B+.
Really? The Hateful Eight?
I can check right now, I'm on Instagram.
Huh, I thought I gave it a B.
I don't know, yep, you gave it a B.
Yes, okay, so I gave it a B.
Okay, well, I gave it a B+.
Yeah, it's entertaining, but in my opinion, I just think it's way too long, and just because I saw Django Unchained, I think that's why I just it's really similar, so that's why I just like comparing it to that movie. If I haven't seen Django Unchained, this one probably get like, I probably give it a B+ as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with you with it being very slow and long, but it was still very enjoyable. So yeah.
So talking about sceneries and cinematography, another movies that actually done really well is The Revenant.
Yes. A very good movie.
with Leonardo DiCaprio fight with a bear.
And Tom Hardy, which did an absolutely amazing job.
Yeah.
Also, I want to comment on Will Poulter, or I don't really know how to pronounce his last name.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to be the Pennywise in the remake of It, Stephen King's It.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it got cancelled or something and just froze. But yeah.
Yeah, but
What
Will
were you
Poulter
gonna-
did an amazing job, actually.
Oh yeah.
Which actually really surprised me because, like, I mean, I've seen him in other stuff, but I didn't know he could be that good. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
He's
he
mostly in comedy, right? He was in We Are the Muellers.
yeah, which was a great
Jennifer
movie.
Aniston. Yeah.
But back to the Revenant. What was your opinion on that?
The Revenant. I really like it. I mean, I actually like it more than the Hateful Eight, but I wouldn't think it should have won the Golden Globe for Best Picture. I don't know. I mean, it's really good, and the performance was really good, and like.
On that topic, what do you think should have won the Golden Globe for Best Picture?
Huh. For best one, I forgot the nominees, but I think Carol was. I haven't seen Spotlight, but
I thought Room should have won it, but
Room, right?
I was still I mean,
I kind
okay
of
with
wish like Brooklyn got it, but it's probably not gonna win.
yeah, Brooklyn was very good too. But back to the Revenant.
We're like off topic. Come back to the Revenant. What do you think of Leonardo DiCaprio performance?
I thought it was he was absolutely amazing. It definitely proves that someone will do anything for an Oscar.
So comparing this to you saw the Danish Girl, right?
Yes, I did.
So compared Leonardo to Eddie Redmayne performance, which one do you think is better?
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio, all the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I still think Eddie Redmayne still deserve an Oscar more than Leonardo.
I mean, definitely did an amazing job, but I just think Leonardo DiCaprio deserves it.
I think like Leo should have won like last year or last 2 years for Django Unchained or The Wolf of Wall Street. I thought that his performance in those movies are much better than here, in my opinion.
Yeah, well,
I mean
guess
here it's really good too, but I mean comparing to those two, I think he should have won from those two movies. Seriously, yeah.
Yeah, but I still think he's gonna win. So we'll see, though.
So your bet is on Leonardo, right?
Yeah.
Well, my bet is on Eddie Redmayne. Even though if he wins again, it will be 2 times in a row that he's gonna win an Oscar.
Yeah. Also, Tom Hardy got Best Supporting Actor, I think.
Really?
And
He did?
Well deserved because he was absolutely amazing, and I also think he's probably gonna win it.
Hardy? Really?
Yeah.
I mean he's great, but I think Leo performance just like cover all of that. I don't know,
Yeah.
I still think that Will Porter performance, like his performance just stood out more than Tom Hardy, in my opinion.
Yeah, but sadly, Will Poulter didn't get nominated, which was weird. But
Did Tom Hardy get nominated for an Oscar? I'm not sure. We will be talking about the Oscars soon when it's near the season, probably in February, and we're gonna talk all about the nominees and stuff, so stay tuned for that.
but to close off with the Revenant,
Yeah.
the acting was great. The soundtrack had a very different style, but it still made the
It's
movies very enjoyable. I will say it was slow paced at times. The Revenant was.
Yeah.
And also, let's see. The scenery in this movie was absolutely beautiful, and the special effects are breathtaking.
Yeah, the visual was really good.
Yeah, it was also definitely very painful to watch.
I know, it makes you feel like depressed, right? Like the atmosphere is so gloomy, and the color and the music and everything is just so depressing.
So probably not for everyone, but it's
Yeah.
still with a lot of gore.
But it suits the theme of the movie and the concept and the stuff. So
Definitely.
everything
And
just-
last year,
Mhm.
guy who won this, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his name. I mean, the guy who directed this, I'm not going to even pronounce his name because it's too hard, but he won for Birdman,
Yeah.
which is a way different type of a movie than this movie.
I like Birdman more than this one though.
I mean, I can't really compare them since they're both
Yeah.
really different. But, and I haven't seen Birdman in a long time, but Birdman was definitely very good. But I'm not going to compare them because I forgot.
Yeah. So what would you give the Revenant?
I would give it an A.
An A? Really? Wow.
It was a very good movie, in my opinion.
So you like it? So it's like one of the best movie, one of your best movie of 2015, right?
Yeah, I think it's like the
Or
fourth.
16. Yeah, the fourth. So what's like your number one?
Room.
Oh right. Yeah, but I'm giving the Revenant a B plus. It was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Since we kind of talked about Eddie Redmayne, I think we should skim over the Danish Girl.
Mhm.
Talk about it a little, but have we talked about that in our podcast?
I did, but I'm guessing you
Oh, okay,
didn't do
well-
that yet.
I'll just say that I really liked it. Not as
Yeah.
much as The Revenant, but I still really liked it. So I would give it an A minus.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was still very
A-.
slow. And I do think the script in some ways could have been better,
Yeah.
especially in terms of pacing. But it was still very good, and the acting was brilliant.
I thought it was like funny at times, you know.
Yeah. And it's a very effective film, and I definitely recommend it. So,
I think I forgot which grade I gave the Danish Girl. I think it's B plus. I
okay.
reviewed that in like previous episode already. So
Yeah.
let's go to which one you want to talk about next. About 13 hours.
Let's say that for closer to last.
Okay.
Let's do Joy or Brooklyn.
You can do Brooklyn because I already did that in the last episode as well. So you can.
So Brooklyn was great.
Yeah.
I gave it the same grade as I gave The Revenant, which was an A.
Mhm.
It had definitely a perfect blend of like kind of comedy,
Yeah.
and like romance and emotional things. The script did have a couple slow parts, but very few. But it was still magnificent and emotional, and the acting was incredible, especially from Saoirse Ronan. And it's definitely a really enjoyable film, and it's sure to entertain audiences. Yeah.
Yeah, I must say this is actually like one of my favorite movie of 2015. I mean, like comparing, it has like similar like style to Carol, like how it's filmed and the music and the stuff, but it's way more entertaining to watch. Like, like what you say is has like comedy part. It's funny, it's touching, and you know it's just one of those awkward movie where you don't feel bored watching it. It's like an entertaining, award-worthy movie.
Yeah, I definitely loved it, and
Yeah.
I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I think I gave it an A minus.
Yeah. I give it an A, so close.
Awesome.
Okay, so I think we should move on to Joy.
Okay, what do you think about Joy?
I mean, it was fairly entertaining, and it had strong acting from a
Mhm.
few people, but it was
Few
definitely extremely flawed.
Yeah.
Everything about the movie, in my opinion, started off completely sloppy,
Mhm.
weird and slow script, the way it was filmed was weird at times, and the angles were weird to me.
Mhm.
But at other times, the angles made the movie better, and also I feel like they tried to make it too artsy at first, which made it a bit strange. But after about 30 minutes into the film, I felt like it started to get a little better.
Mhm.
I mean, there were still flaws, but the acting for most of the actors made it entertaining to watch. Jennifer Lawrence did a fantastic job and made this movie at least made it better.
Mhm.
And I will say that I would have loved to seen Bradley Cooper more.
Oh yeah, he's like he doesn't really have a lot of part in that.
Yeah, like nothing. But though extremely flawed, Joyce still manages to like make a fairly boring topic into a decent film. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I thought it was okay. It was decent. So, what's your opinion?
Like, it was really surprising to me because I saw the trailer and I didn't expect it to turn out to be this kind of movie. I expected like a thriller or something. I don't know, Joy go crazy, or I don't know, more like an action and she go on rampage or something, you know. And then this turned out to be an actual movies about like selling stuff. I don't want to give anything away, but it's like a movie for, I don't know, housework and product and selling products, and how she became successful from a really, what do you call it, really unfunctional family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, this just a movie for Jennifer Lawrence to shine, and she actually won Golden Globe for Best Actress as well, which I think she did a great job, but I rather give it to like Alicia, is that her name, right? From the Danish Girl.
Yeah, but she wasn't
Yeah.
in that topic. Like, it was for comedy or musical.
Oh right.
Yeah. So it was like
Hmm.
either Amy Schumer or like Melissa McCarthy or people like that.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Alicia Vikander did an amazing job.
but I mean, yeah. Yeah, Joy is. I mean, it's entertaining. It's not boring or anything, and it has some weird moments. Like, as you say, it's like artsy sometimes, and I kind of like artsy movie, because it's like kind of refreshing, and I just want to see more
Feels like
unique
it's
way of,
hard to be artsy.
yeah. And you can also check out like my full reviews on Shifter magazine. So I actually wrote this as an article in the magazine as well. So you can go
Cool.
read that for the full one.
Yeah, so what did you give it?
I gave it a 3.5, which is a B minus.
Same, I gave it a B minus too, so.
High five. I'm just making the hand slapping sound. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to, what do you want to review? 13 Hours?
No, sure. You can do that.
Okay, so, well, knowing that Michael Bay directed this film, I mean, it's pretty good for him, but you can still, like, if you go into this film, like, knowing that it's a Michael Bay film, you're gonna see all the flaws, all the explosions, all the unnecessary explosions, like, spoiler alert, but a car has, like, fire on it, and it's really overacted and stupid. And it's like you can't really tell what's going on. Like, there's a bunch of explosions, and, like, all the little kids in the audience are like, oh my god, it's so cool, but then you're like, it takes away from the movie. Like, it takes away from the emotional part of the movie and the seriousness of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a pretty serious topic that they're talking about. And they try to throw in all those, like, comedic relief, which is, like, okay if it's a Transformers movie. But if it's like a war movie that's serious, I'm against comedic relief because, like, especially when you have a guy, spoiler alert, dancing with shake weights or whatever he's dancing with, and he's dancing to Sexy and I Know It by LMFAO or something, which is a very stupid thing, and it's just so stupid. And then after a huge fight, and I'm sorry if I'm spoiling things, but after a huge fight, the guy's like, oh my god, I have to crap. And I'm like, it's just very stupid choices that Michael Bay makes. And, like, at points of the movie, I was feeling like I was in a Transformers sequel. I mean, of course it's not a Transformers sequel because it's a war movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it still has a lot of aspects that Michael Bay puts in all of his movies that are really dumb and stupid. Okay, so now that I've gotten all the harsh stuff out of the way, I'm gonna say what I was okay with. I mean, the special effects were very awesome, but they were still very unnecessary. And that's why I really didn't like the special effects, because they were completely unnecessary. I mean, a lot of them were okay, but, like, when you have a ton of explosions, like a ton of bazookas, I just feel like, I mean, I don't really know what war is. I don't know how it actually was, but I don't feel like it was, like, a ton of explosions everywhere at one point.
Yeah. But the gore is, like, looks really realistic, though.
Yeah, the gore was good. And I was actually surprised that there was a lot of gore.
Yeah, it looked so real. It's like
yeah. And some aspects of the script were good, including the message and the end of the film. But going back to, like, the comic relief, I hated that, and I hated how he had to put that in there. The acting started off, like, on a rough, like, or, like, started off decent, but definitely got better. And John, what's his face? What's his last name? Krasinski.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a huge fan of The Office, so it was hard for me to, like, watch that and not think of Jim from The Office. But he still did really good, and he still really surprised me, because I can't see him as anything else but Jim, but he was still really good, and he was probably the best part of the movie. But when dealing with a topic such as this, you need a compelling script and likable characters, which this movie did not have. And things that you don't need are stupid comedy and tons of explosions. Action is good, but, like, too much action gets boring. Like, I actually got very bored in this movie just because of all the action, because it was, like, action after action and no, like, emotional things. Like, I don't know. When I go into a movie, especially a war movie or a drama, I like to see, like, what the people went through and not just explosion after explosion, you know?
Yeah.
All in all, this film is decent and will definitely entertain an audience of many ages, especially young kids that just want to see explosions. But in my perspective, being, like, a critic, I think it had the potential to be a better movie.
Yeah.
Getting all that out, I gave it a C+. So, I mean, it's an average movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you basically just say everything that I need to say, so I completely agree with you. I actually get a chance to see the first screening of 13 Hours, the rough version.
I'm pretty sure they didn't edit the rough version at all. They just, like...
I'm not sure about that, because I actually agree with you on the reviews, and I didn't want to sit through another 3 hours of this again, because it wasn't that... I mean, it wasn't that entertaining. It tried to be like American Sniper or Lone Survivor, and those kind of war movie.
Yeah. I mean, the ending, I thought, was a pretty good, like... This is probably spoiling it, but, like... It was pretty good to honor those soldiers, but, like, I felt like the movie didn't completely honor them with all the comedic relief and stuff.
I feel like I was watching, what's the movie name called? Olympus Has Fallen. That movie.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's just about rescuing people from the White House and just terrorists just shooting, just like exactly like the same of a
Oh wait,
scene.
what movie?
Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen. Isn't that like kind of like White House Down, basically?
Yes, I haven't seen White House Down, but probably the same.
Yeah, I saw White House Down and not Olympus Has Fallen,
But yeah, since I haven't seen the finished version of 13 Hours, I like if I were to give a grade for the rough version, I would give it like a C plus as well.
yeah, and that's just for the rough version. So
No, I don't know if they changed anything or they cut it shorter because they give you a question at the end and ask you how the movie is, how the pacing and everything is, and I just write like it's way too long. It's you know, it's yeah, boring at some part and basically just what Jordan has say for the last 5 minutes. Yeah.
were there more like emotional scenes in the rough version?
Probably. I really. I don't know because I haven't seen the new version, so.
They
Well,
shouldn't have
they
cut
have-
those out.
They have some touching moments when they're up at the top of the building and they just talk stuff. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they're like yeah. But yeah, C
Okay.
plus for me as well.
I mean, it was an okay movie, but
So let's move on
okay.
to
So what's next?
Sicario. I haven't seen that, but you saw it, right?
Oh, Sicario was very good. I mean, there were some slow parts, but it was perfectly executed. It was eye-opening.
Yeah.
It was an eye-opening movie to see like the CIA and what they have to do and stuff. And it's definitely worth the watch. But it is a rough movie to watch. It's definitely a rough movie to watch, and it's not really fun to watch. But
Why is it
it's
not
still
fun to watch?
and thrilling and suspenseful, and it like creates this. It has a scary feeling to it.
Yeah.
It shows like the scary reality
Mhm.
of what this movie like
So it
is
like
about.
reflects the real world that we live in, something like that, right? No.
Yeah. And so yeah, it was a very good movie, and this is just like my rough review because I haven't really written a review yet.
Okay.
I just some parts of the review down, but I would say as of now, I'm probably gonna give it like a B plus or a B,
That's good.
probably
Mhm.
plus. So yeah, it was definitely a very good movie, and I really liked it, especially the acting. The acting was
Yeah.
great.
Emily
little-
Blunt is in it, right?
What?
Emily Blunt, she's in it, right? Emily
Yeah.
Blunt and Josh Brolin
And that other guy.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were great. And it was definitely a great movie, and a very dark movie, and definitely very gory.
Oh, I love gory stuff.
Yeah, I think you would like it. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I might if it's still in theaters.
Yeah. So, moving
What's up
on.
next? Have you seen The Forest? Get
no, I
into
have
horror
not.
movies. Yeah, The Forest. Okay, I'll just go through this real quick. It got really bad reviews, like overall from like Rotten Tomatoes and other sources, but I think the movie was not that good anyway. But it's actually scary for me. I mean, most of it is like sheep scare and jump scare, but those scare are actually scary. And the creature effects and the makeup was actually scary, and it's based on like a Japanese suicide forest. So the whole theme of the movie is pretty much like a J horror, which means a Japanese horror, like The Grudge and The Ring. So you kind of have that feel in the movie, and the ghosts are also like the same style as like a Japanese ghost and stuff, which really scare me. So I would say, yeah, it works as a horror, but I mean, I gotta say the character, what's her name? She's in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't know.
Natalie Dormer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna go see that movie, but I ended up seeing 13 Hours.
Yeah, she's great, but her character is so annoying and so stupid and selfish, and her character is really unlikable characters.
Yeah.
So that really annoys me and annoys the whole movie. But it's still scary, and it's a horror movie, and it's meant to scare you, and it scared me. So yeah, it works for me, and I'm giving it B minus.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Do you want to continue with another horror, or should we rest a bit and go to comedy?
I think we should stick with horror.
Okay, so The Boy.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it, right?
No, I have not, but I mean, I probably will since Lauren Cohen
from The Walking Dead.
But based on your review,
so I just saw this like literally like 3 hours ago, and this is the third horror movies that I'm giving it an F.
Wow.
F. So the first two horror movies I gave an F to is the Chernobyl Diaries and My Soul to Take. So those two are the one that I give an F.
Bad?
What?
Chernobyl Diaries is really not good.
And My Soul to Take, Wes Craven.
Oh.
Yeah, that was. I don't even know if that's classified as a horror movie. I mean, I don't know what the hell he's doing with that. But yeah, The Boy, F. I mean, damn, it's just like a copy and paste of many different like other horror movies, and they just take bits and bits and just paste it in this movie. I mean, the premise was really good. Like, it's about this babysitter who babysit a doll. That's odd, right? I mean, I haven't seen a horror movie that done this idea before. But I mean, the execution is like they just copy and paste from like other horror movie and just put it in all this. And Rolling Cohan, she's from The Walking Dead, by the way, you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's actually pretty decent, but I would say she should just stick with The Walking Dead. I mean, she's not bad, but she's not. I mean, her performance during the movie is really kind of awkward, like in many of the scenes, and the movie is actually unintentionally funny at some part. And I think her performance is like, I just feel like some of the scene, I don't know if she's feeling disgusted or she's feeling scared. Like, her expression is just, I don't know, just awkward. So the performance was, I would say, pretty decent. But the twist of the movie, which I think everyone was so surprised about it after they see it, I would say that if you have seen independent horror movies or enough horror movies, the twist ending is pretty much a rip-off. And I hate when the movie just like rip off the twist from other movies. I mean, it's okay if the movie is actually good and they just have like the same elements or similar elements as other movie, but this one is just, they just rip it off from this horror comedy movie from New Zealand, which is pretty famous if you are a horror fan. But I can't tell you the title because it's gonna give the ending of this movie away, because it's exactly the same twist. But yeah, and this movie for me is not scary at all.
Yeah, I will definitely probably not see that movie unless it comes out on Netflix.
Have you seen Annabelle?
Yes, I have.
Do you like it?
Not really.
Yeah, so the only thing that's scary about Annabelle is Annabelle. It's just when they zoom in Annabelle. And that's all. But I still think Annabelle is better than The Boy. The Boy is actually worse. I mean, the doll looks really kind of creepy. But I mean, just the whole thing, the sheep scare, it's not even scary. I mean, the forest, even though it has sheep scare, but the makeup, the special effects still scary, right? But
Yeah.
but for the boy, it's like it's a jump scare and really really stupid one. Okay, I will just give you an example. So, huh? So it's just like that kind of scare that you have seen in a horror movie like 100 times already. When something just grab you and then you just woke up and it's just a dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the example of what happened in this movie, and I'm just like, there's just nothing scary about it. And 30 minutes in the movie, I just wanted to walk out of the theaters, and I don't normally feel that in most of the movie that I watch. I normally just sit through it, but for this movie, I just feel like I just want to leave. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, there's nothing scary. Like, I'm like 40 minutes in, and I haven't seen a single scary scene. So
Yeah.
if a movie doesn't have anything that is good, then that's an easy F for me, because I don't find anything in this movie that's actually stood out or actually good. Some average and some just horrible. So yeah,
Yeah, I probably won't see that now.
but I mean, it still got like 25% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is higher than The Forest, which I like more. So, it's just my opinion, but as a horror fan, it's cliche, it's rip off, it's lame, it's not scary at all, and if a horror movie is not scary, then there's no point.
Yeah.
Plus, I just hate when they rip off from other movies. That's just really a turn off for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh, yeah,
So,
let's go to
I
comedy.
think, are you gonna move on?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we should move on to another horror movie.
I thought you're gonna do Ride Along too.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah, this is another horror movie. Along too. And it's not really, I wouldn't say scary.
Yeah.
But like, it's a horror movie because it's so awful. But yeah, of course I'm joking. But it's considered a comedy.
Oh,
Which-
okay.
I mean,
Sorry, I just ruined your joke there.
no, it's fine.
You should have told me first you're gonna play that. I'm like, another horror movie? I thought you're gonna go to a comedy.
Yeah. No, it's cool. But I mean, maybe it's considered a comedy because of this. Like, it's such a bad movie. It's funny.
Mhm.
But in terms of like, did I laugh? No, I didn't laugh. Maybe I laughed once just because the Asian got drunk and it was funny.
That's racist.
No, not
Asian?
being racist. Just the Asian guy, you know.
Okay.
What's his name?
Oh, Ken Jeong, right? Oh, he's in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken
And so
Jeong.
that was
yeah.
funny. Because he's a funny guy. But
Mhm.
it was a PG-13 comedy, so of course it's going to be stupid, and it's not going to be really funny, because there's not much you can do. But, I mean, I still think it definitely could have been better. Because, it was just horrible. I actually think you should watch it, because,
Wait, you just say it's horrible. I think you should watch it. What?
yeah, because it's such a bad movie that it needs to be watched. Like, there's this part, and I don't care if this spoils it, but they switch between, it's like a car chase.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hart's like actually like driving the car, and he's doing good because he's like, his character has played GTA, Grand Theft Auto, like a million times,
Yeah.
and is like really good at it. And so he's like good at car chasing or whatever because he's played that.
Yeah.
And so they switch between reality, like the real car chase, and between like video game car chase.
Yeah.
And it's really
That sounds
weird,
cool.
stupid choice. I mean, it may have been a cool aspect when they like thought of it. They were like, "Oh, this is gonna be cool,"
Yeah.
but it's weird and stupid. And so, also, I don't know. I don't know what else I have to say about this movie because it was just really bad.
Can you compare it to the first one?
The first one was definitely a little better.
Mhm.
But I definitely think the first one wasn't that good either.
Yeah, I saw the first one. It was pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really seen... I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah,
So,
same.
but, this one was definitely way worse. It was definitely just, like, they didn't they weren't really trying to make a good movie, they were trying to get money.
Oh,
And I
well,
mean-
they did. It's on number 1 right now, so expect Ride Along 3 coming soon, I guess.
Oh, please, no. Nobody asked for a sequel, really.
Nobody cares for you. They want your money. They just want money. They don't care if you ask for it or not. That's how movies.
I know all the,
works.
like, teenage idiot since it's, like, a PG-13 comedy.
Yeah, that's how they make a lot of money. They just don't want to go out their comfort zone.
So, yeah, I thought Kevin Hart and Ice Cube could have done a way better job.
Yeah.
I felt really even care about the movie either. Like, nobody cared about the movie except the people that went to it thinking it was going to be good.
Mhm.
And also, I want to say, if you like this movie, you're definitely ignorant. It just shows, like, if you ask someone, okay, so what's a really good movie? And they say Ride Along 2, you know they're ignorant because it's an ignorant movie. It's, like, for people that are ignorant. It's, like...
Yeah.
Like, kind of like The Three Stooges, which was funnier than this movie. Not The Three Stooges, the real movie, the old TV show.
Oh, okay.
Which is definitely funnier than this movie, but it's like that because they have, like, a bunch of falling down, and Kevin Hart, like, gets hurt, and
Yeah.
they funny, but it's not funny because it's not. Like, and that's what a lot of comedies these days lack. They lack actual humor and actual clever jokes.
Mhm.
And I'm, like, a movie that actually was good and clever was Spy, which was surprising.
Yeah.
But, like, tons of comedies that have come out, and I haven't seen, like, a ton of comedies lately, but I've heard that they're just lacking, like, the clever jokes and the cleverness that comedies used to have. So, I mean...
So I think this comedy is kind of the same as Daddy's Home. I saw that as well, but I'm just gonna say it real quick. It's pretty much... It's cliche as hell. So cliche. And, like, I gave it a C-. It's with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. And I think it's pretty much like just this type of dumb comedy, really cliche, just falling down, getting struck by a light, and, you know, showing off that you can do it, and then you just fell
That's
out
PG,
the
so
house. And
nothing you can do with that.
Daddy's Home?
Yeah.
No, Daddy's Home is PG-13. Yeah.
No, it is not. Wait, let me check.
Yes, it is. I'm on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It is definitely PG-13.
No.
Yes, it is. Why do you think it's PG? It's not like a kids movie or anything.
Oh, it's PG-13.
Yeah.
I'm-
Why do you think it's PG?
I don't know, but I may see that now because I thought it was PG, and I was like,
No,
nope,
probably
not-
the movie is PG because it's so childish. So you can say that as well. Have you seen what's that called? The one with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell. What's that called? Oh, Get Hard. Yeah, I think that's like the same as Ride Along 2. I mean, it's all like the same dumb comedy.
That one's R, so...
Oh, it wasn't good either. I didn't like that as well. I think it's all the same line of horrible comedy, like Get Hard, Daddy's Home, and Ride Along 2. From what you say, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'd give Ride Along 2 probably a D-. But that's like a rough review. I haven't really written a review yet, so...
Oh, almost F. You should have given it F, so we have like a 2F movie this week.
I mean, it's either between an F or a D-, so I mean, you can say it's an F.
Yeah, so you have to check out Jordan's Instagram movie reviews JCH for the when he put up the full reviews. For
And I'm
this.
too lazy, so it may not be up for a while.
Yeah, but moving on to another comedy that I actually saw this week, which got a really really low rating on Rotten Tomatoes at 8% right now. But I think it was really really funny. It's Dirty Grandpa.
Mm.
Yeah, it's with Zac Efron and Robert De Niro. And I think I can see why the movie really gets like bad reviews, because the story is really. You have seen the storyline, this kind of storyline, like 100 times already. And but what drives the movie is really the characters and all this swear word and all these gross out moments. It's a really like hard R-rated movie. Like it's really gross. It will gross you out. It's so dirty. It's so offensive. But I mean, the whole movie just feel like they just want to make fun of Zac Efron. You know, like they just want to make fun of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, calling him like a lesbian and stuff. It was pretty funny.
Hmm.
But it's actually funny. And Aubrey Plaza actually did a great job as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was really funny for a R-rated comedy. But don't expect anything with the story, or just have a good time with it. And I think you probably like it if you have a dirty mind, and you can take in like a sick joke.
So I'll definitely like it then.
You definitely like it.
I'll definitely like it.
Okay, I hope your parents is listening to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm giving it a B+.
That's pretty good.
Yep. One of the
Okay.
best comedy this year,
For
because it's the only comedy I saw this year. So
oh yeah. Is that all for movie reviews?
yes, we're done with movie reviews for this week. Let's go to the trailer.
Yeah. Which one should we start off with?
Should we start off with comedy,
Yeah, sure.
aliens, horror, or superheroes?
Superheroes we'll save for last, I think.
Okay.
So you just pick the first one.
How about lady first? So let's go for Neighbors 2.
Oh yeah.
This time it's all about the ladies and the booties.
So I've never seen the first one.
What? It was really funny.
Yeah. But I mean, it just seems cliche.
Mhm.
Just seeing the trailer, it's cliche, but you know, it's probably gonna be funny. I mean, it has Zac Efron and Seth Rogen, I think.
Yeah, and Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah, and then Selena Gomez, and
So-
Dave Franco.
So the trailer just looks like a female. It's just like the first one is a fraternity, and this one is just a sorority row. So I think it's pretty much the same plot. I don't think. Yeah. But it still look funny because the first one is funny. So. And the
Yeah,
cat is
so
funny.
we'll have to see if it's good, but I'm not expecting anything good.
Yeah.
But it surprised me.
Mhm.
Also, really quick, you saw the new Wonder Woman logo and the new Wonder Woman pictures, right?
I think I just skimmed through it from your Instagram.
Oh, well, like, do you have anything to say about it?
Say about the logo of Wonder Woman.
Or what she looks like in the movie, you know?
Let me go to your account real quick.
Yeah. I think her costume is really cool, and I think they're taking a different... I mean, they've never made a Wonder Woman movie, but, like...
I mean, you saw her in the trailer for Batman versus Superman, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so. I mean, yeah, she looks hot, so. I trust her. Yeah,
That sets the stage for the Justice League.
yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think there's a lot to talk about that until the trailer for that comes out.
Yeah, we have to wait until trailers come out for that.
Yeah, so back to trailers.
What's next?
Okay, this is off topic. Well, I mean, it's not that off topic, but I want to remark on the new Bates Motel. trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched this the series.
Mhm.
But I want to say that the new trailer for it's a teaser trailer. But even if you don't watch the series,
Mhm.
I think you should still check out the teaser trailer because it's such a genius trailer. Like it's like awesome, and it's like really cool because it foreshadows like Psycho.
Yeah.
And so I mean, even if you don't watch the series, I'd definitely check out the teaser trailer. It's like only 15 seconds, and it's just really cool, and I'm like obsessed with it. So
I will have to check it out. If you're totally obsessed with the trailer.
okay, so back to trailers. I mean, we're already on trailers, but so
Should we-
Tin
Yeah.
Lane.
Yeah, that was a surprise trailer. It just come out of nowhere, and the movie's actually coming out in March. 2 months. Wow, that's fast.
They definitely kept it like secret.
Yeah. So it's actually a sequel or a prequel to Cloverfield, or is actually just the same universe, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll have to see when another trailer comes out, hopefully. The first trailer was quite, like, it didn't give us a lot
Yeah.
about what it's about. It just gave us, like, who's in the movie, and it gave us, like, a creepy feeling.
I think it spoiled like a bit too much. I don't know. So it starred like Mary Elizabeth Winstead and John Goodman and the other dude, John Gallagher. Yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
from the trailer, you kind of know that John Goodman is, I don't know, doesn't seem like a good man for
Yeah.
some reason. So yeah.
Yeah, so the trailer really doesn't give us a lot.
Oh wow! And the director is Dan Trachtenberg. Yeah, I think that's his name. This is
Yeah.
actually his first movie. He doesn't has any movie credits. I'm looking at Rotten Tomato right now. This is the first time director.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's still produced by J.J. Abrams. So from back.
It definitely doesn't give us, like, the monster
No,
I think
it
that-
shouldn't.
monster in
Mhm.
it, and it doesn't give us anything about that. But the ending of the trailer definitely gives us that feel that, oh crap, she's in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't really give us that much, but I definitely am excited to see the movie.
Yeah. The tagline is "Monster comes in many forms." Interesting.
Yeah, and they definitely kept it like under wraps, like
Yeah.
they didn't us anything. So I mean that's good. Nobody knew it was coming out, so
Yeah.
okay, so do you want to move on?
Viral. Yeah, let's go on to The Conjuring 2.
Yeah,
Do you like the first one? The first
That-
movie?
a lot did it.
What?
That trailer didn't give us a lot
Yeah.
any too, but it was still a good trailer.
Do you like the first movie? The Conjuring?
Yeah, I really did actually.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me. And yeah,
Yeah.
It didn't give a lot, but I mean, it still looks really scary from the trailer.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah. And James Wan is back as the director. So I don't think he's gonna disappoint us with this one.
Yeah, definitely.
The Conjuring 2.
Mhm.
And let's go to superhero.
Yep,
Not
Suicide
exactly
Squad,
superhero, but Suicide Squad.
which was an awesome trailer.
Hell yeah.
And I cannot wait until the movie comes out.
I think this one's the most, like, my most anticipated superhero movie since Deadpool. Because of the trailer. The trailer is so good and it was so fun. And
Mhm.
Margot Robbie was, like, really cute as Joker. Like, really cute and creepy. I think she nails her role. Like, I think she'd be
Yeah,
a
I
great...
mean, it's been a while since like DC has given us a movie, you
Yeah.
know. And now they're coming out with all these movies like Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, or Wonder Woman. And yeah, I'm definitely excited to see all of them, especially this movie. It just looks really, really fun.
Mhm.
And definitely not your average superhero movie because it's like bad guys.
Yeah. What do you think of Jared Leto as the Joker?
I think he's gonna be great.
Right?
Yeah.
And Will Smith as Deadshot, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he just say he doesn't want to do anything violence in Quentin Tarantino movie, and yet he's in this movie. So good for him.
Oh yeah. Wait, what?
He was like, he was gonna play the Jamie Foxx role in Django Unchained, but then he turned the role from, the movie from Quentin Tarantino, Django Unchained, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was gonna play the lead role that Jamie Foxx got to play, but
Mhm.
he turned it down because he say he wants it to be a love story. He doesn't like the violence in the movie. He doesn't want to be in a violence movie. If it has to be a movie, it has to be like about love and shit. And yet he's in Suicide Squad, killing people, I guess.
Sure.
But yeah, this movie is not rated yet, and I think the release of Deadpool is really important. If Deadpool make like a bunch of money, I think Suicide Squad will probably be rated R. Maybe
I don't know.
it's unrated right now, so I think they're trying to see if Deadpool actually gonna make a lot of money because it's released as a R-rated movie, which will obviously attract less audience because younger audience won't be able to see it that much unless you sneak in and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know about Suicide Squad being R.
really,
I don't know. I
it
just
could.
think it.
I mean, it could be, right?
I mean, yeah, I know that Batman vs Superman and like Wonder Woman, they would not make those R.
Yeah, they're definitely not gonna make it R.
But I could see Suicide Squad being R.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
so
have to
I
see
think
about
that wraps up this podcast.
yeah, it's almost an hour. You still have 3 more minutes, but yeah. Oh, that's a long one.
But I think we should really fast go over the movies coming out next week,
Next week,
which are 50 Shades of Black.
yeah, I'm seeing that on Tuesday as a screening. And
Yeah.
Jordan, you're going to see How to Be Single, right?
I am my first like whatever you call it.
Premiere? Yeah, movie premiere.
So that should be fun. Hopefully it doesn't suck.
Could be.
But
And Kung Fu Panda 3 is coming out, and The Finest Hour as well.
Yeah.
And
And,
Jane Got a
like-
Gun.
yeah, with Natalie Portman, which should be interesting.
Oh, one more thing. Have you seen the Pride, Prejudice, and Zombie trailer? What do you think of that?
The new one?
Yeah, Pride, Prejudice, and Zombie.
Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited
Really?
to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not quite so sure because it's actually rated PG-13.
Yeah, which is weird because I could see it being better if it was rated R. Definitely way more gorier.
And the director never directed an actual horror movie. It's the same director who directed 17 Again
Ooh.
and Charlie St. Cloud and yeah, bunch of romance comedy. So I would go in with low expectation, but it could be good. It looks good. It looks like a fun movie. So
Hoping it's good because it looks really fun to watch, but we'll see.
but yeah. So I think that's it for today.
Yep.
I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast and feel free to comment anything on here if you're still listening.
And
or on our Instagram. Yeah.
And again, you can follow us on Instagram, Movie Reviews JCH.
And yeah, Movies Maniac. And Movie Maniacs for horror movies. Especially. Yeah.
Yep.
So I leave you with the soundtrack from the Hateful to close this. And see you guys all next time.
Bye.